running from the back, and we'll analyse it from the bottom, the feet upwards, up the chain. And we'll start with a couple of supplementary points to begin with, and to start that off, we'll look at foot tracking. Now, with foot tracking, before, what we had with the Demir's left foot was it would measure just down to this position. As soon as that toe would come off, it would come right away from that line, and the aim is to follow that line as closely as possible. And then it was dropping, it was placing back in line. So we was almost swinging out before we started to swing back in. So if we have a look at it now afterwards, we get to that toe off position here. So the foot can take a variety of paths. The aim is to minimise any sort of pressure on that knee. So now, when Demir's foot is leaving the ground, we're now working closer to that line, which is excellent. So there's only a little gap, and then we're landing nicely in that position. So in terms of his foot tracking, that has improved on that left side where we were coming quite a way out from that line, and that is in a really, really strong position now. So really good work on that. Also, as another supplementary bit, we looked at the ankle on the right. When it was placing down, it was starting to roll inwards at that point. If we have a look at it now, we've now got a strong ankle position here, where we can see we've got that all nice in line, Achilles going up to the calf, and we've got a gap between the knees as those feet are crossing. So a really good improvement in ankle stability and strength as well, which is excellent. So really happy with those supplementary points that have improved as a result of what is happening higher up. If we have a look at the heels, just show you from the back, when we're in that mid swing, we can see that they were lower than the knee crease. So that's our knee crease, that's the right side. And if we just play it through to the left, we can see where our knee crease is and where we were on that position, so lower than that point where we were then using our quads. Now we can see that right foot is cycling up, and we're high up to top of the hamstring, lower glute, which is excellent. And then that left, as we get into that mid swing on the heels, absolutely identical, which is perfect, because the aim is, with all the work that we're doing, the aim is to try and balance that body to get everything symmetrical, and it plays through with the dynamic movement scores results, which are included in the email. So really good improvement from Demir on those aspects. We'll now look at the arms, and so to do that, just going to take out these lines that we've gone through here. We'll just do the same on this right side after. Okay, so in terms of our arms before, we can see where we were before. We had a real shift on the shoulders, so all the movement was coming from the torso, lower back. So this area, we had arms coming away from the body in that respect, from that position. And we had very much limited arm drive, so the movement was all coming from that torso area. And if we play it back, you can see here we're shifting, so we end up getting the chest wanting to go in that direction, and the arms coming pointing down and away. So that's what led to the increased crossover we had on the right side, with that movement of the arms coming across the body. And then what we had was the arms starting to brace a little bit, the elbows coming away from the rib cage. So we can just see here that gap we've got between the elbow and the rib cage. Arms coming out wider to brace, to compensate for balance, and that means the legs have to work 50%, if not more, harder. So what we've got now, if we pause here, is we've got greater movement from the shoulder joint, which is absolutely fantastic, because we've got the elbow pointing back towards us really, really, really well. So we can see that quite clearly coming back at us. We've got the wrist in line with the hip. Arms are working close to the body, which is a significant improvement of balance and control, and in terms of that proprioception that we've done, single leg work, double leg jumps, that all helps with that aspect of the gross motor skills of balance. And if we play that through again, same thing's happening. We've got the elbow coming towards us on the right, on that right side. We've got that hand nicely close to the hip. Again, both arms are close to the rib cage, that improvement of balance and body control. And what we've also got, is we play it through, you'll see there's no excessive twisting, and we've got the back facing nicely towards us. There's no excessive at all. Chest is facing forwards, and we can see that by the fact that that center dot is pointing towards us all the time. There is no twist. So that's a really good improvement. Demir has also not only done that, but he's got his arms working on the same side of the body, which has helped to reduce heavily the crossover on that right side. And now we've got that arm drive working. It's now actually making Demir more efficient, more economical with his running, because he's now ensuring that the legs have that rhythm linked in with the movement from the arms, to ensure that that ability to pick up and maintain speed is consistent. So he's done an absolutely superb job on his technique. It certainly looks rhythmical, fluid. It looks effortless, and it looks purposeful with how he's running. So he's done a great job, and I wish him much success for the rest of the football season and beyond. I'll finish this by playing through at full speed.